Hi. So, slightly different setup to usual. I did have a lovely vlog setup upstairs, but I tried to film this 3 or 4 times and it didn't work. So I've decided to pop out to the garden where it's quite peaceful and calm. Can you hear the birds? It's quite lovely. And make this here instead. So, here's the deal. I wanted to make a vlog basically explaining to you why I haven't been making things on here, and it's because I'm making a thing here. Well, I have been anyway for the past 5 days. We're leaving this location today, but yes, my fun, exciting news, which maybe you've heard or maybe you haven't, is that I'm directing a series. I'm directing a bloody series, which is great and fun and so exciting. And forgive me if I'm all over the place, because I've literally just come off the 5th day of shooting, and I grow weirder and wearier by the day. But yes, so it's 8 episodes, so definitely the biggest project I've ever taken on. And it's for a US platform called Fullscreen, who you may have heard of. They made both Jack and Dean series, and they're making some really cool other stuff as well. So they're making this, and it was written by Paul Neefsey, who I've written with a lot in the past. Actually, we've written a feature together and we're writing a series together at the moment, and he worked on the Jack and Dean series as well, so he's no stranger to our group, and he's a wonderful writer. When I heard he was writing this, I was just sort of immediately interested, because I love his stuff, and we have very similar sensibilities, I think, in terms of both sort of comedy and horror and both sides of that coin. So yeah, so he's making it. Sorry, so he wrote it. God, I'm tired. I'm not going to edit this, so it is what it is. He wrote it, and Fullscreen are making it, and the title I haven't said yet. The title is Prank Me, which sounds like it could be a very light, fun, you know, just a nice fluffy little series. And the lead character is played by a guy named Corey Fogelmanis, who you may know from a little Disney show called Girl Meets World. So those two things combined, the title and the Disney kid, you'd be forgiven for thinking that it was going to be just a lovely little show, really. Just a few cream pies to the face. But that's not it at all. Corey's making quite the departure from what he's done before, and the show in general is quite dark, which is, I'm sure, exactly what you would have expected from me. It's sort of a dark comedy with a splash of horror, I should say. I say a splash, more like a sort of Olympic pool sized amount of horror. It's quite a lot of horror, actually. It's a horror. We'll just go ahead and call it a horror. It's sort of in the tone of like something like Black Mirror, which is like drama, and there's sort of elements of humor to it, but ultimately, yeah, it is quite dark. And I'm so excited for it. I'm trying to think of like what I can tell you that won't give too much away. So basically it follows the story of a guy named Jasper Perkins, who is played by Corey. He's a YouTube prankster, and sort of through his story, which is admittedly quite like a heightened, extreme, you know, version of this story, of what it could be, the show satirizes YouTube prank culture and really kind of just holds a looking glass, I guess, over the kind of content that people are willing to make, the kind of stuff that I guess started out quite innocent and fun, and these days is becoming more and more dark and cruel, and sometimes like even quite dangerous. Quite misguided, I think. So it's sort of looking at that side of YouTube, the darker side of YouTube, and the kinds of people, the kind of mind and mentality behind that kind of content, and the reasons why that might happen. You know, sort of looking to the internet or looking to one's audience for reassurance, for affection, for love, you know, for attention, for the things that maybe you're not getting elsewhere, and how that affects a young mind in particular, somebody who's kind of just in their formative years, and what all that fame and attention and people sort of egging you on and telling you to keep doing these horrible things, what that would do to you psychologically. So it's really, yeah, I just think it's really interesting, and it's sort of it doesn't just look at that the people who make that kind of content, but also the kind of people who consume it. So you know, basically nobody's safe, everyone's guilty, and you know, it looks at the sort of again, the kind of mentality of a person who would watch that, and that sort of idea of people being anonymous but weirdly complicit in that kind of stuff as well. I'm talking about it a lot, but yeah, it's interesting, and it's complicated, and I think certainly people are going to be quite surprised by Corey, because this is just such a departure from what he's used to do. I mean, he was a Disney kid, and this role he's taking on is very complex, and it's a very heavy role and very intense, and we've had some really interesting scenes already. Like, we're only 5 days in, but I mean, the entire crew have been in tears at his performances, and sometimes we'll finish rolling on something and there's just this kind of stunned silence for a little while, like you couldn't hear a pin drop before the crew move into motion, and I'm getting this feeling on set that something kind of special is happening, and I don't know how that's going to come out in the edit, and I don't know if you're going to see it the way that I'm seeing it, being here in this environment. But yeah, it's all very exciting. So what else can I tell you about it? I'm not sure. This is, yeah, like I said, this is the 5th day of filming. It's been intense. Like, just to give you an idea, you would usually shoot about 5-6 pages a day of the script. We've been shooting more than 10 every day. On Saturday we shot 19 pages, which was the entire season finale in one day, which was a lot, not gonna lie. And I am, you know, breaking ever so slightly, but in a really good way. It's intense, and it's tiring, and I'm so glad when my head hits the pillow every night, but I wake up every morning excited to get back to set and see the crew and make more stuff and see more scenes. I'm excited to see that page come to life, and to be a director. Like, this is the dream. I'm hashtag living the dream, and I'm very aware. I'm aware of how lucky I am, and the fact that this is what I wanted, and I'm getting to do it. It's really cool. It's just really cool. Cool is the best word I can use to describe it. So I can't wait to show you all the behind the scenes stuff. I can't share that with you now. I'm going to do a vlog of behind the scenes when this is all said and done. In the meantime, I just wanted to let you know once again that because of this, obviously, I don't really have a lot of time to make YouTube videos, which is why this isn't even edited. I'm sorry. I just wanted to have a chat with you and kind of tell you what I'm up to and what to expect, which is not a whole lot on YouTube for a little while. But I think hopefully it will all be worth it in the end. And so we've done 4 days, we've got 11 more to go. Then I'm going to be in the edit for, like, sort of overseeing the edit process, which is, you know, the edit and also the sound design and the score and the VFX and like everything around that. I'll be in that for, like, I think about 9 or 10 weeks. So YouTube's kind of taking a bit of a back seat, but, you know, for all the right reasons. I'm taking steps towards the thing that I want to do, which is being a filmmaker, and it's really great. I'm really excited, and I hope you guys are excited for me too, and that you'll stick along with me for the journey. If you want to see more behind the scenes stuff, I'm posting loads of photographs to Twitter and Instagram, and I'm also doing, like, Insta stories pretty much every day, so you can take a look at those for some behind the scenes. I'm the Hazel Hayes on both of those platforms if you want to go over and have a look. And Corey will be posting stuff as well. He's been putting up some cool pictures, as is Edgar Dabrowski, who's the DP on this, cinematographer, director of photography, whatever you want to call it. So he's posting really cool stuff as well. I'll link to all of those stuff in the description. What else? I'm going to be in LA for a week as well, partly at VidCon, partly meeting some producers and networks and stuff about my own scripts. All good things, all good things. Slightly controversial, fun fact, I wasn't actually invited to VidCon per se, but I'm gonna gate crash anyway. I'm a bit hashtag irrelevant now apparently. So I'm gonna go anyway because I really do enjoy it every year, and I would love to see some of you guys while I'm there. So just in case you're wondering when I'm there, I'm not like scheduled for any meetups or panels or anything. I would love to have done some, but you know, it's not happening, that's fine. But I will try and like do some kind of impromptu meetup if I can when I'm over there, and see a bunch of you, because there's no point in me going all the way over if I'm not going to see anyone. What else do I have to tell you? I think that's it. It's the series is going to be out later this year. I don't know exactly when, but I mean certainly there's a few more months between shooting and actually making the thing, so I'd say later this year, but keep your eyes peeled for that. I'll be announcing it anyway, and then I'll be putting up all the behind the scenes vlogs that I'm shooting when I'm here. I just can't be putting them up now because there's so many spoilers in them. What else? Yeah, I mean, I do have a couple videos filmed. I started a new series called Talking Pictures where we talk about people's favourite movies, and I have 4 of those filmed with Jack, Dan, Bertie and Sammy. So they'll be going up whenever I can edit them or get someone to edit them for me. And oh, I've also done a collab with Tessa Violet. Sorry, I just completely spaced out there for a second. I've done a collab with Tessa Violet, which is a lovely little collab, and I'm excited to put that one up as well. So there is stuff coming, and I do really want to still do YouTube, but I guess that's the kind of the thing that I sacrifice weirdly to get to do this, and yeah, it's for good reasons. So as I said, yeah, I hope you stick with me on the journey and take a look at the behind the scenes. Hope you enjoy all that, and one way or the other, with one of those videos I'm filmed, I'm sure I will see you guys soon. Slán.